Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, and I'm back with a new series. The name of this series is What If Naruto Went Into My Hero Academia Universe? And yeah, guys, before continuing this, as you guys know or may not know, this is the 2.0 version of my channel. This is still Apollo Uchiha, but a 2.0 version of it. In this, I will be uploading series as well as movies and short movies, not only for Naruto fictions, but also for My Hero Academia, as well as for, Dragon Ball Z, and maybe, just maybe, and hopefully for DC and Marvel Universe as well. And yes, this may or may not be my hardest work yet because I am upping my game to the next level, and hopefully you guys might like it. Let me know in the comments if you do. Aside from that, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Today's story is written by the musical Lisa. She is a writer on Wattpad. You can look her up. She has an amazing work. And now, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins at the battlefield of the Great Four Shinobi War, as we see Kaguya, who was looking around frantically for a way out of her predicament, her long hair forming a white blanket. The Otsutsuki spotted three figures, a pink-haired girl coming from above, and two boys coming from each side. An idea hit her harder than the rock on Obito's head, and Kaguya moved back swiftly. Using the last of her chakra, she created a large portal just under the colliding group. Without having any time to react, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura crashed and fell into the black portal. This was her trump card that she didn't just hope but knew would work. Great idea, mother. Black Zetsu praised as Kaguya breathed heavily, slowly falling to the ground in exhaustion. Black Zetsu grinned like a maniac. After you regain your chakra some more, you can finally kill them before they return here. Trust me, they're not coming back, son. She breathed out, exhausted but triumphant. Kakashi looked upon the Otsutsuki in horror. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura! What did you do? He coughed, blood spilling from his mouth and eyes. Kaguya didn't respond, only breathing out in exhaustion. Grimacing at the injured human, Black Zetsu grinned quietly, giggling in insanity. Kakashi fell to the alien-like ground in defeat. They're gone! We won! Your weak shinobi can't do anything now! Zetsu cackled. Kakashi felt all hope vanish. Without Naruto and Sasuke, there was no way they could seal Kaguya. He himself had so little chakra that he was barely hanging on. What now? Kakashi thought, dread filling his mind. I'm sorry, Obito, Rin, everyone. We failed you. Link break. Everyone screamed in surprise as the ground beneath them collapsed to form a landslide. The class found themselves thrown in front of a forest with their teachers and pro heroes on top of the cliff they were previously on. Everyone shakingly attempted to get up from the rubble, looking around in confusion. Good luck, the cat hero called, walking out of sight with a grin plastered on her face, as Aizawa and the wild pussycats left the side of the cliff. Aizawa looked back. Out of the corner of his eyes, far away, a black object appeared. But just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared. He frowned. Did you see that? He spoke up. Ragdoll turned to face the teacher. Confusion spread across her face. Nope. Did you see something Eraserhead? My eyes must be playing tricks on me, he thought. No, I guess not. Aizawa sighed, putting his hands in his pocket. The student from class 1A got up slowly, shocked from the fall. Before anyone could properly across them process the situation, a louder roar shook the ground. The rest of the students scrambled to get when they saw a huge clay monster. Koda attempted to speak to the creature, but it didn't work. Some of the students screamed as the monster brought down its large fist, dodging just in time. Run! Someone screamed as the students began to run into the forest in terror. Link break. Back with Naruto and the group. Where the hell are we now? Naruto groaned. as he lifted his aching body off the green grass. Where's Kaguya? I don't sense her chakra. Sasuke mumbled, ignoring Naruto. I don't sense any trace of chakra. He mumbled again. I don't see this world when I was with Obito. What is this place? It looks scarily like our world. Sakura spoke up. Kakashi isn't here either. The three shinobi stood in what resembled a ring, taking in their surroundings. They stood in the middle of a dense forest, unable to sense any chakra. Sasuke looked around urgently with his Rinne Sharingan, but despite his efforts, he couldn't sense anything or see anything. This nature. Chakra feels sort of weird here, Naruto mumbled to himself. The ninja were shaken out of their thoughts quickly when a terrible roar erupted from behind them. Out of darkness came a huge earthly monster. What the hell? I didn't sense him at all, Naruto yelled as he jumped away from the creature in surprise. Whatever, I'll just kill him. Right after the blonde ninja said that, he charged up a Rasengan and charged at the monster. Rasengan! He screamed. The monster collapsed immediately at the contact of a dense chakra spinning wildly before exploding. Naruto jumped back and returned to the other two, relaxing from his fighting pose. He went down too easily for being a part of Kaguya's world, Sasuke muttered. He didn't have any chakra in him either. What is this place? A world without chakra? Sakura gasped. How are we going to get back? We need to seal Kaguya. Kakashi-sensei might be dead by now. Oh no! Damn it! We don't have a way to get back. We can't open Kaguya's portals, remember? Naruto said, clearly frustrated. We should try to explore. Kaguya might follow us, and we can stay in one place, Sasuke suggested. Sakura and Naruto nodded in agreement. Before either of them could follow through, Naruto spotted trees falling in distance. Whoa! Hey! Sasuke! Sakura! Over there! Naruto pointed out urgently. The shinobi quickly turned their attention towards the knuckle-headed ninja was pointing. And just as he said, several large trees were quickly falling to the ground, one after the other. Noise of trees snapping and breaking got closer and closer. That can't be Kaguya. She wouldn't be dumb enough to give away her position, right? Don't engage until we figure out who it is we're fighting. Got it? Sasuke ordered, staring down at Naruto. Right, said both of them. The highly skilled ninjas jumped up to the trees, leaping from branches to branches. As three-man squad quickly made their way to the area of the fight, the students of 1A were struggling to take down the enemies. Todoroki was trapping the bigger monsters with his eyes, followed by Midoriya, Bakugo, and Ida, destroying it. The other students were either taking down the smaller monsters or scouting ahead of more. I think that's all of them for this area, Mina announced. The class breathed out a sigh of relief. All of them were exhausted from fighting the mud creatures one after the other. Bakugo screamed and ran forward. You can't stay here, you fucking extras. I'm taking all these guys down. Kachan, wait! Midoriya yelped, stumbling as he ran after the explosive team. Kid! Naruto whispered. They look like students. The group was now positioned high in the trees, looking down at the class. It looks like they were the ones causing the destruction, but they don't have any chakra points. Sasuke observed. They don't look like ninjas either. This is the first world that I've seen that had life on it. They look human too. But why would she take us here? Why? Sakura questioned. This place has no chakra, and I think she didn't want us to come back until she was ready to face us fully. Sasuke stated. This would have also prevent anyone here to help us, assuming they don't know we exist. Naruto shivered. Weird. Then what should we do? Should we try to talk them, or should we lay low until we find a way to escape? Sakura whispered. Sasuke hummed, thinking for a bit. Naruto was still in his Biju mode. He was basically a beacon of light, but he couldn't risk the second of returning to that form if Kaguya were to come back. So leaving that mode on was out of the question. Sasuke himself wasn't exactly dressed in very casual attire. Not to mention each of them looked like they were half dead. All of them were covered in blood and bruises. On top of the fact that they were in a forest with complete strangers. At the same time, it would be better to get to know this world to find the best way to escape. Sasuke stood up. We'll lay low for now. Once we know this world a bit before we leave, maybe we can talk to them. Before the team could respond, a loud angry voice from behind screamed, Oi, who the hell are you? Aizawa stared at the large forest his students were currently in, unease bubbling in his stomach. He couldn't get his mind off the odd thing he saw earlier. He wasn't convinced that what he saw was a figment of his imagination yet. He wasn't sure that it was real either. His fear grew as the teacher also noticed that the action seemed to slow to a stop in the forest. He turned to face Ragdoll. "Hey Ragdoll, could you monitor the kids?" he asked in his slightly gruff voice. "You really like those kids, don't you?" Ray's head. Ragdoll giggled. "But alright." Ragdoll turned to face the forest and activated her quirk. Her face quickly went from normal smile to a worried then horrified look. She whipped around and yelled, "Stop the bus! We have to get to the kids. There are 3 unknown figures near there. Bus driver, take Kota to the camp and tell Tiger and Mandale that the students are in danger." Pixie Bob ordered. The driver nodded. Aizawa quickly stood up from the bus seat, barely waiting for the bus to stop. Him, Ragdoll, and Pixie Bob leaped out of the vehicle and into the forest, running full speed to the class, praying that the students were safe. "So much for laying low," Sakura muttered. "So what's the plan now, Sasuke?" Naruto asked sarcastically. "Shut up, moron. Oi, don't ignore me, you." "He's almost as annoying as you, Naruto." Sasuke tightened his jaw in annoyance. Naruto glared at the other and attempted to walk towards Sasuke. "Hey, this isn't time to fight," Sakura said, putting herself in the middle to make a rear between them. "Kachan, what are you?" Another kid showed up, this one with messy green hair. He froze in his track when he looked up and saw the team. After him, more and more students followed up. Sasuke cursed under his breath. Now all of the 20 students were staring at the team, either shocked, scared, or ready to fight. This was the worst possible situation in Sasuke's mind. Then the blonde screamed, "Fuck this!" He jumped up, firing explosive behind him to propel himself to the trees. Naruto quickly jumped into action, punching the spiky-haired male twice before grabbing him by the back of his shirt and landing perfectly on the ground. Sasuke and Sakura followed behind him, landing next to Naruto. "Look, we don't want to fight anymore. Or anyone. This is all a huge miscommunication." Naruto was suddenly cut off by an angry male. Let go of me, you bastard!" he screamed, attempting to wrench his way out of Naruto's grip. The explosive boy twisted out of Naruto's hold and jumped away. "Shut up! I don't care! Just get out of this damn forest before I destroy you," he threatened. "This is a mess." Sasuke groaned, facepalming. "There!" a female voice yelled. "Everyone, get away!" a masculine voice ordered as the students backed away. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura found themselves cornered, 20 students in front of them and 3 adults, who looked an awful lot like Jonis from the right. "Looks like we have no choice," Sasuke muttered in annoyance as he looked forward. As now Sasuke prepared to activate Susanoo, the purple flames licking his shoulder, Sasuke preparing himself in a fighting stance. Reaching for a kunai, the hero tensed and prepared to fight. "Sasuke, we can't fight them. We don't know how this world works, and we cannot afford to waste our chakra," Sakura whispered forcefully at her partner. "Sakura's right. Let's try to talk with them first." Naruto agreed, already preparing for his 5-episode speech, flashbacks, and a bunch of random filler episodes. Sasuke scoffed and let go of his weapon. Knowing that his teammates were right, although the heroes didn't relax, they were still in full preparation for a fight. "Hey, stop talking over there. Tell us, who are you and why are you here?" The group of shinobi looked at each other and put their hands up. Naruto smiled sheepishly. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. We aren't looking for a fight, and it would take a while to explain what we are doing here. We don't even know why or where we are." Sasuke sighed in annoyance while Sakura looked at the heroes directly. "I'm Sakura Haruno, and just like he said, we aren't trying to pick a fight with anyone here." Aizawa scoffed. "And what about him?" he said, nodding towards Sasuke. Sasuke grimaced. "I'm Sasuke Uchiha," he growled out. "Alright, what are your quirks?" Pixie Bob asked. The group looked at each other, confused at what she has said. Sakura looked at the hero with a weird expression. Do you mean our jutsu?" she replied. Now it was the hero's turn to be confused. Not only do the people look like they've been through war, but they don't know what quirks are. After all, one is glowing with black orbs surrounding him, and another has a swirling purple eye and blood coming out of it. If they were fighting before, then they should know their quirks. "Don't act clueless. It's clear you've used them before," Aizawa growled out. Unsure at what to do, the group of shinobi looked at each other in an attempt to understand what was going on. Sasuke was contemplating about it all. Despite this being a place where Kaguya could teleport, the people here seemed to have no idea what chakra is. In fact, the world and its people didn't have chakra at all. Yet those students from earlier managed to take down those beasts and knock down large trees in the process with some sort of power. This world also must have been in last resort. There are innocent people here that could get caught in the crossfire of the battle. While Kaguya was evil, she wasn't known to kill innocents without reason. Since these people didn't have any chakra that she could steal. Alright, look. I'll explain to you a few things. Sasuke stared into Aizawa's eyes. The hero tried to hide the unease he felt instantly once Sasuke's eyes met his own. We're not from this world. In fact, we don't even come here on our own free will. We'd appreciate if you let us go. While we aren't trying to pick up a fight, we won't hesitate if you try to attack us. Capturing us won't do any good either for the both of us. We have no interest in what you're doing here as well. We'll leave this area immediately if you let us go. Sasuke said calmly. Naruto and Sakura remained unchanged, silently agreeing with their partner. Sorry, but that's not going to happen. Pixie Bob yelled, putting her paws onto the ground, brought a wave of earth flying towards the group. Naruto instantly flew up in the air and used truth-seeking orbs to lift Sakura and Sasuke safety in the air. Aizawa activated his quirk, focusing on Naruto, but surprise hit him like a brick. Ragdoll, look over to Aizawa. Hey, what's going on? The black-haired hero sweat dropped. My eraser. It didn't work. The pro hero stood in shock. Aizawa's quirk not working? Could it be one of their quirks? Those thoughts ran a marathon in the pro's mind. Although none of them could figure out something reasonable, they didn't deactivate Aizawa's quirk. It was clear that it was still in use, but it didn't affect them at all. Sasuke grimaced. Fighting these guys was just a waste of time for him. He couldn't afford to waste time on these people. He looked down, closing his eyes and preparing his attack. Meanwhile, Class 1A watched this battle from afar, just as shocked as their teachers. The students were unsure what to do. They couldn't abandon the heroes, but were forbidden to help. Meanwhile, Midoriya was trying to analyze the group. Naruto had to have multiple quirks, one for those orbs and another for him flying. But that didn't explain the odd fire that encased his body. Sasuke's eyes had to revolve around his eyes. But what about Sakura? If Naruto was this powerful, there was no telling what the others two had. But the heroes always win, right? But they don't seem like villains, even if Sasuke has a scary vibe to him, the green-haired boy thought. Sasuke looked back up, this time along with his Rinne Sharingan. He activated his Eternal Mangekyo. Almost instantly, the top half of a skeleton encased Sasuke, purple flames flying high. The hero stepped back, almost in fear. Never have they seen a power like this. Pixie Bob growled. She clutched the forest dirt in her large cat paw, and with a determined scream, she brought forth a wave of dirt and rocks. Sasuke's face remained unchanged, cold and blank, as the wave of earth loomed over him. Naruto and Sakura, not under the protection of Sasuke, Susanoo jumped out of the wave easily. As the wave began to dance upon the Uchiha, the skeleton arm moved above the skull, and with one solid quick movement, the dirt changed its direction away from him, but to the horror of the heroes, was now headed towards the direction of the students. Naruto and Sakura took action quickly. It wasn't long until both of them were directly in front of the class. Naruto fired up a huge Rasengan and Sakura prepared a strong punch. Together they bashed the large collection of soil, sending the wave towards the group and effectively protecting the class. Hey! Watch where you're throwing this stuff! Are you trying to protect these people? Naruto yelled angrily. The pros stood in shock, once again finding themselves questioning who these guys were. Aizawa grimaced. He had no time wondering who they were. He needed to capture them and get them away from the students. Although those two just saved his class, and when he was unable to. Still, we can't afford to take chances after USJ, Aizawa reasoned. Naruto grimaced. Let's end this quickly, Sasuke. Don't tell me what to do, idiot. Sasuke retorted sharply. The Revenant scowled and brought the purple skeleton arm towards the hero. Of course, the hero dodged easily. Being a large skeleton covered in purple fire meant the speed wasn't the best. Just as Pixie Bob about to send another wave of earth, when a battle cry was heard from the trees. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura quickly turned to face where the sound was coming from. Things just kept getting better for us, huh? Sakura groaned silently. From the forest shadow came two more pro heroes, with cat-like features and a mist of expressions decorating their faces. The rest of the wild pussycats emerged from the forest shadows. Both of them looked pissed and ready to fight. Sasuke grimaced. They could easily destroy these people, but they really couldn't afford to make more enemies. Although with the 5 of these people on their back, wouldn't really matter. Also, those 20 students in the back are looking anxious and ready to fight as well. Sasuke, let's get out of here. These people won't listen to us and we can't afford to waste any more chakra. We're already weak as it is, Sakura suggested. Sasuke scowled, knowing his teammate was right. He undid the Susanoo and just as quickly Naruto picked up the others with his truth-seeking orbs and began to fly away. You're not going anywhere, yellow, gruff voice yelled. Just before they were able to get too far, Tiger stretched his arm and wrapped around them and Naruto. The blonde shinobi yelped in surprise as he was pulled back, suddenly thrown back to the forest floor. Naruto! Sakura screamed. Gah! The blonde grunted surprisedly, struggling to get out of his grip. Tiger pulled Naruto into a headlock, wrapping his muscular body further around the blonde ninja. Sasuke and Sakura watched from above. Sasuke scowled again. Damn it! Sasuke cursed inwardly. Sasuke growled. We surrender. He yelled, poorly trying to hide the clear anger and annoyance laced in his voice. Sakura glanced over to her teammate with confusion and shock written across her face. Sasuke? She stopped herself when she saw a warning glare from the Revenant. Sasuke, what the hell are you saying? Naruto growled. The blonde ninja scowled and used Kurama's chakra to create a hand to force himself out of the hero's tight hold. Naruto jumped back several feet away from the group. Sasuke and Sakura jumped towards the group and ground, the truth-seeking orbs molding back into spheres floating around Naruto. Sasuke released his Sharingan and stepped forward, with Sakura at Naruto's side. Naruto, although angry, relaxed and stood normally. You surrender? You didn't talk like that before. Why the sudden change? Pixie Bob asked, still ready to fight. Yeah, Sasuke, we could just leave this area like Sakura said. Naruto whispered to his teammate. Shut up, idiot. Sasuke muttered under his breath. We surrender because we can't fight you. Or rather, we couldn't or can't afford to. Our only request is to be held as far as possible away from your students for their own safety. Sasuke spoke in his normal monotone voice. In all honesty, Sasuke didn't care about the students' safety much, if at all. What he did want was clear space to fight. If one of the students were to interfere, or if when Kaguya appears, a multitude of things would go wrong. From Naruto and Sakura's getting distracted to those other people running in and trying to fight. Also, judging from the battle they had just now, they wouldn't last 5 seconds fighting her. Sasuke raised his hand, his 2 other teammates replicating his stance. The heroes sprinted to the group and arrested them quickly. They put on the quirk-canceling handcuffs on the team and forcefully escorted them away and towards the base. Class 1A stood there in a tornado of emotions: shock, fear, nervous, disturbed, even anger. All of them could agree on one thing: these people were powerful, and yet they didn't seem evil. A green-haired broccoli boy was already thinking about what had just happened. Why were they here? Why was Mr. Aizawa's quirk useless against them? Are they connected to the League of Villains? How come Naruto seemed to have so many quirks? Was he a Nomu? Were they all connected to all for one? What did Sasuke mean when he asked to be kept away from them for their own safety? All these questions ran through his little head in little time, but one thing popped out and shook him to the core. They were clearly holding back. Oi, Deku, stop mumbling like that, shitty-head nerd! Bakugo screamed at Midoriya. Midoriya flinched. Sorry, Kachan. He started over his apology. Bakugo scoffed annoyance at the smaller student's presence. Bakugo scowled and threw his head into the pockets. With a grimace, he whipped around and walked away. Midoriya sighed silently in relief, returning his attention to his teachers and the pros. Now the heroes of the Class 1A, following the pros heroes quietly, simply due to the uneasy aura the fight left behind. Midoriya was following this group, of course, but he kept his mind focused on them. The one now in handcuff, entirely held in the pros' hands. All of it made him uneasy. They didn't understand quirks, yet they were leagues above even the pros. I can doubt the pros. They didn't know what to do, Midoriya reasoned. Even so, with the way they were speaking to each other earlier, clearly meant that something much bigger was at stake for them. Although it wasn't clear what that was, all of it still begged the question, were they really villains? Not only did they save this whole class, but they negotiated a truce as well as avoiding lethal blows to the heroes. Although all of that could just be connected to them, trying to convince that they are good to mislead everyone also. Midoriya, you're mumbling again! A feminine voice spoke from behind the green-haired boy. Midoriya yelped in surprise. Oh, I'm sorry. Uraraka smiled at Midoriya, who was now red in the face, but her face grew serious. Are you okay? I mean, you got pretty close to them. Yeah, but Uraraka, do you really think that they're a part of the league? I mean, they saved us. The green-haired student asked meekly. Uraraka looked away, unsure how to respond. She was quickly and easily and equally conflicted at this question. After all, she saw herself how Naruto and Sakura reacted when they were about to become crushed under the dirt. It was thanks to them that they weren't hurt severely or worse, but I don't know. They saved us, but can we consider it a coincidence that they appeared here and now, especially after all the things that happened recently? She replied. Midoriya nodded. Although he was still conflicted, he decided to leave it at that, for now until they gained more information. Meanwhile, a certain angry blonde was fuming. He was absolutely pissed at what happened. Not only was he completely useless during the fight, when he charged at them, he was defeated so effortlessly. Done away with all too quickly and didn't hit his target once. Bakugo scowled, digging his hands deeper into his pockets of his pants. Kirishima was walking behind the angry blonde. He ran next to him, trying to hide the worry that was on his face with a toothy grin. Hey, Baku bro, that was pretty cool how you handled that guy back there. Super manly, Kirishima praised. Bakugo scoffed. Shut up, shitty hair. I didn't even hit him. I'll get that bastard back though. The shitty glowworm won't get away with it. He growled, spark erupting from his hands. Kirishima looked away from his friend, concern filling him. Hopefully he won't try anything. Link break. The Shinobi team walked ahead of the group, their hands restrained behind their backs. The three didn't dare retaliate against the heroes. None of them wanted to continue the fight. Even Naruto had calmed down to an extent, although they never stopped thinking about their world, the people they promised to save, and their sensei, who was trapped with Kaguya. They didn't just need to get back, they had to. It infuriated all of them that it seemed possible, or impossible, but there had to be a way. There will be a way, and they will find it, no matter what. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the first off, guys. I hope you liked this one, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and stay tuned for the another fanfiction that will be uploading soon, because I will be uploading another video soon. So yeah, until then, I hope you enjoyed. This is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.